Hello to all those training to become Super Saiyans and welcome to Revolution. So today's video is going to be discussing the multiplier for what Super Saiyan God is. Now obviously we've had the return of the Super Saiyan God in episode 104. I am not referring to that instance, I'm referring to the original instance when the Saiyans did the ritual that allowed Goku to unveil the Super Saiyan God form initially. But just before I get into this, I want to give a shout out to Mahidi on DeviantArt, who has allowed me to use his art for my videos a number of times. His art is absolutely fantastic. You'll be wowed if you go through his library. I suggest you go check him out after this video. I will leave a link to his page in the description section. Make sure you go and support his page, guys. So I briefly touch on how powerful this form could be in my video that I did a few days ago called How Powerful Will Super Saiyan Beyond Be? That is referring to Goku's new transformation that has been confirmed. He will be getting in the Tournament of Power. I'm sure you've seen it by now, but I touch upon the Super Saiyan God transformation and that, but here I'll go into a little bit more detail because there are just some people who will not accept the colossal increase in power that Goku got during that God ritual. Now I think the disbelief stems from the fact that originally everybody had in their minds how powerful the Super Saiyan transformations were, and of course they were powerful. With the lower power levels they had in Z, they basically increased the user's power, their base power, quite significantly. In the super exciting guides, as we see on our screen right now, Super Saiyan 1 is a 50 times multiplier of base. Super Saiyan 2 is 2 times that of Super Saiyan 1, making it 100 times base. And Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times Super Saiyan 2, making it 400 times base. So the stronger the base is of the user when transforming into one of these forms, the higher their power level will be once they transform. Now if you take base Goku on Namek, who is confirmed to have a power level just before fighting Frieza of 3 million, times that by his Super Saiyan transformation, he ended up with a power level of 150 million. 50 times 3 million. In a hypothetical sense, if he transformed on Namek into a Super Saiyan 2, his power level would have been 300 million, and had he got to Super Saiyan 3, 1.2 billion. That's just a hypothetical situation, because obviously he could only transform to Super Saiyan on Namek, but he increased his base throughout Dragon Ball Z, so the power levels he ultimately reached were much higher than that by the end of the Buu saga. Now, after the Namek saga, Toriyama pretty much did away with the power levels simply because they were probably causing problems in terms of developing new stories. But that leaves it to us power scalers to basically figure out, and obviously they are always pretty much guesstimates, but they are usually educated guesstimates in most cases. Some people tend to go out of control with it, but I'll do my best, as there is no official multiplier as of yet. But if you go back to when you originally watched Dragon Ball Z, these characters seemed incredibly powerful. Even in the Saiyan saga, we saw Vegeta and Nappa blow up a planet, and then we see Frieza casually sitting in his chair in his first form, destroyed planet Vegeta, a planet with 10 times the gravity of Earth, meaning that planet should be even bigger than Earth. Frieza had no problem destroying it. Then we get to the Cell saga, where Cell boasts that he has enough power to destroy the solar system, which fits the scaling really. And then if you go all the way to the Buu saga, we see Kid Buu destroying a galaxy. Now it is stated that he did it over time, but Elder Kai feared that Kid Buu was going to destroy the universe in their lifetime, which states that Kid Buu was destroying it relatively quickly considering how many galaxies there are in the universe. So by what I mean over a period of time, he wasn't able to one-shot a galaxy, but he could do it pretty quickly. Anyway, Goku in his Super Saiyan 3 form in the Buu saga was equivalent, if not stronger, than Kid Buu. Goku had confidence in himself as a Super Saiyan 3 that he could destroy Buu. Vegeta also felt that he could, but obviously Goku could sustain the Super Saiyan 3 form over a long time, as it is incredibly draining on the ki resources. Anyway, now let's get to Super Saiyan God. So Super Saiyan God initially made its first appearance in Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, the movies, but we're not talking about the movies. The movies are a separate continuity from Dragon Ball Super. We're talking about the Dragon Ball Super anime, and Goku unleashed the same form he did in the movies in Dragon Ball Super, albeit with different plot devices. Now, Dragon Ball Super is a continuity of Dragon Ball Z, and it literally picks up pretty soon after the Buu saga. So we get Goku pretty much after his fight with Kid Buu. I think it's around 6 months. So Goku's base, it may have increased, but it wouldn't have increased too much. He may have got some Zenkais from his fight with Kid Buu. But the important thing to note is that when fighting Beerus on King Kai's planet, in his base, Beerus stated that Goku would not be able to beat Final Form Frieza. Now, Final Form 100% Frieza has a power level of 120 million, which basically means that Goku did not have a power level of above 120 million. In fact, he was obviously below it, as when he turned into a Super Saiyan, Beerus said, well, that small power up is how you beat Frieza. So small to Beerus is 50 times, but before we got to Super, 50 times seemed like quite a big multiplier. Anyway, so eventually Goku transforms into Super Saiyan 3 and tries his best against Beerus. Beerus flicks Super Saiyan 3 Goku into unconsciousness. Now, this should technically be a stronger Super Saiyan 3 Goku than what we got against Kid Buu, albeit not by that much. So you could argue that pre-Super Saiyan God, Goku was around a low-end Galaxy Buster to possibly a Galaxy Buster at full strength. Now, it's using this kind of tiering system that will allow us to find the multiplier for Super Saiyan God. Anyhow, another thing that happens after Goku gets flicked into unconsciousness, he wakes up and suggests that a way of powering up is to fuse with Vegeta. Now, in Dragon Ball Z, we only saw one fusion, and that was the Potara fusion that created Vegito. Remember, guys, we did not see Gogeta in Dragon Ball Z, the anime or the manga. We only saw Gogeta in the movies and eventually in Dragon Ball GT. And in the Super Exciting Guides, the same guide that gives us the multipliers for Super Saiyan 1, 2 and 3, it also states that the Potara fusion is more like multiplication and gives us the example of Goku times Vegeta. Now, a lot of people have argued the credibility of this very vague paragraph about this fusion. However, if we go on that tiering system of Goku at Super Saiyan 3 being around Galaxy level to what Super Saiyan God Goku is, it definitely gives you the inclination that the multiplication for Potara is correct. Now remember, guys, Goku states that Vegito will not be enough. The strongest version of Vegito we have seen is Super Vegito. He was simply too much for Buhan and didn't need to transform any further, but you could argue that we could get a Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, considering that Gotenks was able to unlock Super Saiyan 3 despite the fusees in that Metamaran fusion not knowing individually the Super Saiyan 3 transformation itself. Goku obviously knew the Super Saiyan 3 transformation and he fused with Vegeta with the Potara earrings, which are a more stable and powerful fusion. So although a Super Saiyan 3 Vegito is hypothetical, it is still potentially possible. Anyway, that's not important because even though Super Saiyan God Goku didn't beat Beerus either, Goku certainly felt like he had more chance when fighting Beerus with the Super Saiyan God transformation. And even after losing to Beerus with the Super Saiyan God form, he still could have fused with Vegeta if he wished to do so. So in his fight with Beerus, this is extremely well documented now, and everybody and their mum knows that Goku and Beerus pretty much almost destroyed the universe. Now, Universe 7 in Dragon Ball Super is actually a macrocosm. I've covered it quite a lot in my videos. It's covered in the Daizenshu. But if you actually take a look at the model, it is around the size of 3 universes in scale compared to our very own universe. Now, on the third blow, which Elder Kai was extremely sure Goku and Beerus would destroy the universe, Goku perfected a technique which nullified the impact of the collision between him and Beerus' punch. So 3 collisions shattering a macrocosm the size of 3 universes. So basically each collision is a universe shatterer. Obviously it's a shared feat between Goku and Beerus, so you could argue that it's half a universe. So how many galaxies are in a universe? Well, there are estimated to be 200 billion galaxies in our universe. Remember, Goku in Super Saiyan 3 from the Buu Saga could destroy a galaxy. Goku in Battle of Gods could destroy a universe. And going on latest reports, there are said to be 2 trillion galaxies in our universe. So going by the galaxy to universe scale tiering system, that is a 200 billion times multiplier. At the very least, up to a highball 2 trillion. It is mental, I know. It's really hard to comprehend the scale of that increase when you've been watching Dragon Ball Z and you're used to the 50 times multiplier. They really seem insignificant. But in Dragon Ball Super, what Akira Toriyama and the creators at Toei and even the manga were trying to do were basically put Goku and Vegeta on a completely new plane of power. The Super Saiyan God transformation granted Goku a power level so significantly higher than what was previously conceptualized. It is literally beyond our imagination from what we were perceiving in Dragon Ball Z. So just to wrap up, we'll go back to that Vegito multiplier, Goku times Vegeta. Now, when those two fought in the Buu Saga, both as Super Saiyan 2s, they pretty much drew, meaning their bases were pretty much even. Obviously, Goku was hiding the Super Saiyan 3 transformation from Majin Vegeta. But remember, the Super Saiyan transformations are just multipliers of base. So we know that Goku and Vegeta's base power level isn't as strong as Final Form 100% Frieza on Namek. So if you consider the base of those two and the continuation of them increasing their base from the Namek saga all the way up into the Buu saga, I think a safe guesstimation would be around the 80 million mark, considering they're not as strong as Final Form Frieza. So 80 million times 80 million equals 6 quadrillion, 400 trillion. Now that's a lot more than the 2 trillion galaxies estimated in our universe. A lot more than the estimated 200 billion galaxies. But obviously Goku wasn't putting his full power into every single punch, as basically he would have collapsed after the first punch if it was a full powered punch. What this kind of scaled up increase concurs with is the fact that Vegito is Goku times Vegeta. So depending on which astronomers you trust, basically the Super Saiyan God transformation multiplier is anywhere from 200 billion right up to 2 trillion. And if you go on the Vegeta times Goku multiplier, then it is actually around 7 quadrillion. It all really does seem difficult to comprehend, but it is just simply a completely new league of power, leagues upon leagues above what we saw in Z. It was a power hack basically. So in episode 104 we got to see Goku use the Super Saiyan God form again. We know that Goku actually absorbed the power of Super Saiyan God into his regular body and ki in Battle of Gods. So I don't think reusing the form would give you that same increase once you've absorbed the power of it. So I can't answer what the multiplier may be for reusing it, but we know it's stronger than the Super Saiyan forms as confirmed by Beerus and Whis, but not as strong as Super Saiyan Blue. Obviously Super Saiyan Blue is Super Saiyan God using Super Saiyan. So obviously guys, this is mainly a fan calc, obviously me being the fan making these calculations, using certain facts to get an indication on what the multiplier might be. There is nothing official out there on what the multiplier is as of yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously my calculations got completely debunked by anything official coming out soon, so you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you like my videos guys, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and remember one very important final message. If you stay calm in any situation, you will never, ever become a Super Saiyan. Make sure you click that subscribe button to make sure you get all my latest content straight to your account as soon as it's released. And here are some more videos from my library, which I'm sure you will all enjoy.